What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Properties and Pour-Overs podcast. My name is Adam Colburn, and today I have a very special guest, my buddy Travis Hall. What's going on, man?
It's going good, man. Enjoying some coffee.
Absolutely.
It's not as
always.
good as what yours probably would be. But
Hey, we do what we can, right? So thanks for coming on. Can you tell the listeners where you're located right now and what your business looks like currently?
Yep, so I live in Littleton, Colorado, so Denver metro area. I'm a full-time agent.
Cool.
My wife's a full-time agent. We do a lot of buy and hold, creative buy and hold,
Love it.
and fix and flips.
Amazing. How long have you been in the space?
15 years.
Wow, long time. Okay. So
Not successful for 15 years.
Sure.
But in the space for
Yeah.
15 years.
Okay. Love it. So what did life look like before real estate? Like what spurred that decision to get into being an agent?
Yep, good question. So quick backstory, I come from pretty humble beginnings. Grew up in Oklahoma, rental properties.
Okay.
Great family, but we moved a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, like the aspiration of buying a house for myself
Sure.
was the ceiling. I was like, I
Right.
want to own a house. $100,000, that's a great house.
American dream.
That's it.
Yeah.
Fast forward college, living a pretty adventurous life.
Okay.
Hang gliding instructor.
Amazing.
And
That's cool.
met my bride, my now wife, 15 years, Ingrid, and I was living out where she was at.
Okay.
I met my mentor. I was doing landscaping.
Gotcha.
Mentor.
Okay.
And he listened to Rich Dad Poor Dad and all these crazy books in the car.
Yeah.
And he planted the seed for me. And
Wow.
when I was 21 years old, and he just convinced me that I could do it. And
Yeah.
so I left 6 months working with him. I left and I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire next year.
Okay. Big goal.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I was bold and audacious, and I set out. I didn't go back to school
Okay.
to finish college, and I went out to be a real estate investor.
Amazing. That's awesome.
So that was pre, and here I am now.
Right. Fast forward. And so when you went out, did you start on the investment side first or the brokerage side, and then the investments kind of followed?
Yep. So investment side first,
Okay.
for sure.
Gotcha.
I did not want to be an agent.
Yeah.
But I've learned a lot as an agent. So
Sure.
But yeah, I was investor for a decade firof, and then decided to get licensed.
Okay. Cool. Mainly focusing on buy and holds, or are you fix and flipping, or kind of a little bit of everything?
Yep. Kind of both. Started with buy and hold, and then
Yeah.
doing the BRRRR before it was called BRRRR.
Okay.
Just the numbers worked, and
Sure.
buy a house and try to get out as fast as we could.
Yeah.
Do a little lift on it.
Love it.
And then we started flipping as well. We really just started flipping to get cash to buy. We started buying duplexes.
Okay. So use the profits from your flips to then turn into legacy assets that you're going to hold long term.
Correct.
Love it. Love
Yep,
that
I was
strategy.
trying to play Monopoly.
Yeah. Totally. Aren't we all?
Yeah, that was the goal.
I love it, dude. I love it. Okay. So 15 years in the game, that's a long time. I'm sure there's been some struggles along the way. Can you tell me like a specific hurdle that you had to overcome, maybe early on or even currently in your business, and kind of how you overcame that?
Yeah, I'll tell you a struggle. Like most recently, I just closed a deal 2 weeks ago. I lost nearly $70,000.
Oof.
It was my first loss, and so it was it's too many struggles to explain all of them. But
Sure.
it was multiple overconfidence in buying,
Yeah.
partnering with the wrong people,
Okay.
and partner that with a bad market.
Yeah.
And so just kind of a
Yeah.
slam
Perfect
dunk.
storm.
Yep. And boy, man, it stung. It's
I'm
still
sure.
stinging, but I know that we're going to go back and whiteboard and really flush out. We're like, our kind of mindset is, if we lost $70,000, we better get our money's worth.
Yeah, totally.
it's
You
like-
learn so much more on the losses than the wins.
The headaches are where you learn.
100%.
They hurt, but that's where you learn.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
that's a real life
Yeah.
literally just happened.
Absolutely. We had one very similar, a little bit more money than that,
Oh, there you go.
on a bad JV deal earlier this year. And we've been climbing out of that hole for the last few months. And
And you better for it now,
of course. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, you can point fingers all day long, but you got to have that extreme ownership.
Yep.
You are the cause of all things that happen to you, right?
Absolutely.
You win, you lose, it's your fault. And so
Yep. I
where
got myself in that spot.
Absolutely. And so from that situation, what specific lesson did you learn so that that doesn't happen again? Or mitigate that chance of happening, right? We can never have 100% certainty in this industry, right? Lots of risk, lots of reward, but we can kind of mitigate those risk factors. What do you think could have gone differently on that project?
It's a good question. So in one lane of it, understand your contracts.
Yeah.
In this case, the JV contracts, and understanding who's doing what.
Yeah.
And I'm very optimistic. I'm very much like, dude, I love you. Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Totally.
That's just my personality.
Well, and I think that this entire community that we're a part of attracts those types of people.
Yeah.
And so it's
Like
all about
go-getters.
collaboration. Like, we can go so much further faster if we work together.
Right.
But not everybody is of the same mindset in
and
that.
it's like it's super easy to go get it and make it happen when it's rah and like
Yeah,
good.
totally.
But it's like when it's bad, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, let's do this, and it's
Right.
like that's
Yeah,
when the
you've got some
truth really comes
PTSD.
out. So
Yeah, you got some battle scars.
Absolutely.
Totally.
but, yeah, so that's fresh.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely a lesson for sure. So like we're in Boston right now, this beautiful hotel for the Owners Club, right? This high level mastermind that we're a part of with Pace Morby. He's really kind of given us this challenge of a Mount Everest, this goal that it's too big for us to attain on our own. We got to bring people in to do that over the next 3 to 5 years. Can you share like what your Mount Everest is?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for asking. As you've probably been doing it, like mine's changed a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's pivoted and it's difficult. It's hard to think that way. But being here at Owners Club, it really helped me like fine tune it.
Yeah.
So yes, like simply put, my Everest is in 5 years. I want to be generating $50,000 a month in passive income.
Yeah.
Through what's important to me, and those 3 things are faith, family, and fun.
I love it.
And so I'm partnering that with RV parks and
Okay.
affordable housing. And the
Nice.
reason is because every summer, my family and I have 2 kids.
Yep.
And my wife and I, we go for the summer and go camping.
Yeah.
And so I just got back from a 5-week trip, and we love it. We get to experience God's creation.
Yeah.
And have fun and community.
Totally.
And we're going to marry that with things that we can help provide, and that is affordable housing, because
Sure.
30% of most RV parks are lived in by long-term rentals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
and it's an affordable place. They can live for less than $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
And so that's
Huge need,
that's
too.
near and dear to my heart as well, like growing up in rentals. And so
Yeah, totally.
it's a fun way to marry the two.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Are there specific markets that you guys are targeting as you get that started, or are you looking nationwide, like where you can acquire these parks, turn them around, and
Yep, definitely nationwide. The ideal park is where it's warm or it doesn't freeze, because it's year round.
Yeah.
But I'm not limiting myself to that, because there's some beautiful, amazing parks that are north.
Yeah.
Where it still gets cold, but people still need a place to live.
Totally.
So if it can
Absolutely.
work in the winter and someone's living there full time.
Yeah. Just to kind of stabilize during those slower seasons, then you
Right.
can pick it up in the summer months.
Exactly.
I love that, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah.
That's the goal.
We had very similar upbringing. We're trying to get our kids back into it. My kids are young. My oldest is 6, youngest is 2.
Okay.
But they love
girls?
camping. Boy, girl, boy.
Okay.
And that we went camping all the time growing up. My sister did like travel cheerleading.
Got it.
And I played football, and so we just, instead of staying at some fancy hotel every other weekend, my parents just bought a camper and we just went over there. And we had so much more fun.
So fun.
Yeah, dude. And so you get to see the country, the spots that people like forget about, right? And like, of course, these beautiful cities like Boston, New York, these metro areas are cool to visit, but then I'm sure you feel the same way, like to experience creation, right? Here in our backyard, and it's such a diverse landscape here, like just throughout the US. It's so different.
Totally.
Yeah. And
We've
so,
not come out this way yet, so we've kind of gone mostly west.
Sure.
And this past summer we were in Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
So that whole area, and it was
Love it.
it's just amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm on
Cool.
my 5th camper in 5 years, so
Okay. Are you upgrading, or are there issues along the way?
pop up and then bigger. Now we got a motorhome.
Okay, very cool. That's awesome. Just steady upgrading. That's awesome. Okay, well, so again, you've been in the space for a long time. You've been a business owner for a long time. Where do you think you got that drive to become an entrepreneur? Like, has that just been ingrained in you since you were that little kid in those rental properties, that you just wanted to go out and get it? Or what was that change to say, I don't want to be some number on a spreadsheet. I want to be the one that dictates where I go, when I go, with who I go,
Right.
that kind of thing.
So I think it's always been since I was little. I had a paper route. I was a paper boy.
Okay.
When I was, I think, 11.
Okay.
Solely just because I wanted money.
Sure, totally.
And so I mean, it was pretty simple. I wanted to go buy stuff, and
Yeah.
paper route was simple.
Yeah.
So it started then. I think it really clicked in college
Okay.
when I was in my degree was recreational therapy,
Gotcha.
just bringing outside with therapeutic things.
Sure.
But when it shows like this is what you get paid,
Yeah.
and it was like $45,000. I'm like, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like boxed into that.
Yeah, totally. You
And so,
have that
yeah.
glass ceiling already set for you.
Right. It told me on paper like what was And sure, you could probably make more, but
Right.
it just was a quick like, I'm gonna go create
Yeah.
my own thing,
Yeah.
and
Totally.
no one's gonna tell me I can't.
Absolutely. I love that. That's
Yep.
awesome, man. Well, cool, dude. So if somebody's watching this, maybe they're underwriting some RV parks, or it maybe a park owner is watching this and they're willing to sell, or somebody needs to place some capital. I assume you're using some private money lenders to take down these deals.
Yep, we use a lot of private money lenders.
Yeah.
We do a lot of deals in the Colorado area.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a licensed agent as well.
Sure.
So have that full book of business. Two, work with a lot of investors.
Yeah.
1031s and all the things. Try to get them all to do subject to.
Totally.
But yeah, you can find me on any of the social platforms. I'm at the Travis Hall, and Instagram's the most favorite that I use. But
Sure.
on all of them, yeah.
Okay. Love it. Okay. So if there's any specific kind of piece of advice that you would give to like a brand new real estate investor, they're just getting started, they read Robert Kiyosaki's
Right.
book, something like that, they're motivated to get going, what is a piece of advice that maybe even you would give to your younger self as you're getting started?
Yeah, I love this question. And three things. So first of all, educate yourself. Read a book.
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki or any. There's so many good books.
So many.
Just educate yourself.
Yeah.
Number two is level up who the people around you. And so that took me a while.
Yeah.
I think just like I just bootstrapped it, wanted to do it myself, and I'm unlearning that
Yeah.
right now, 15 years in, of like
Sure.
I need to partner with people
Yeah.
that are good and better.
Right.
And so level up who is around you, and who you are listening to as far
Yeah.
as advice.
That's good.
And the third thing is just say yes, even if it fails.
Yeah.
Especially if you're starting out.
Sure.
You don't have anything to lose.
Absolutely.
Like don't do something flippant.
Right.
But if I look back on like how I got to where I'm at, it's by simply saying yes.
Yeah.
And then figuring it out.
Yeah. Just take the action.
Just take the action, do it.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Love
and,
it.
Fail forward.
Amazing. That's so good. Travis, thanks so much for coming on, sharing your
Thank you so
story.
much.
It was awesome. Until the next episode, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you on the next episode. See ya.